Starting up at the front of your trailer here, you've got your manual jack handle, which you can go up or down. That helps you get it on your vehicle, and it also levels it from front to back. From leveling left to right, you're going to use blocks under the tires. Those could be wood or plastic, just depending on what you would like. You do have levels here, so if you do want to look at those, you can. Otherwise, a carpenter's level in the doorway will work fine too. Also up here, you've got your LP tank. It does have a switchover valve. If you decide to put a second tank on here, you can connect it to this side of it. It does have a level readout, so once you start to use that, it'll turn from green to red. There's a little glass there that you can look through. You also have a battery box up here too. This is a 12-volt battery already hooked up and ready for you to be using it. Over on this side, you've got some storage here. You do have access to this from underneath your bed inside, so it's not completely closed off. You do have access. It does have a jack handle in there. That is a 3/4 socket. That is going to be used for your stabilizer jacks, which are in the back. Your little compartment here is held up by a plastic clip and then locks into place with a key and this little latch here. Alright, going down here, you have single axle, so you'll have just 2 tires. You've got lug nuts and brakes and bearings that you'll have to check with these. For your lug nuts is every 50 to 200 miles, and then every trip after that. And then for your brakes and bearings, they're checked once a year or every 10 to 12,000 miles. Up here, you have your port for your cord. This cord is about 25 feet long. It does come out of there quite a bit, and then to put it in, you just kind of weasel it back in there. Right now it is on an adapter down to a regular extension cord, just so it's easier for us to show you guys everything. You have your water connection here as well, so that is going to be where you connect from a water spigot to your camper. That you won't have to use your water pump for, but if you connect to this and you actually fill up your water tank, that will need your water pump. So I'll show you how to run all of that once we get inside. And then you have your cable port here, so if you guys have cable at the campground, you will have access to that. Down on the bottom here is going to be your black tank and your gray tank and everything like that. As you can see, both of the tanks, there's one there and one there. There's nothing covering those, so those are out in the open. The center circle there, that's going to be where you attach the hose. I do not believe yours comes with one, so you will have to get one of them. On the one side, you have your black tank here, so you'll pull that tank valve, and that's going to empty out all of that. That's going to be your toilet water, so that one's going to be dirty water. And then on this side, you'll have your gray tank. So after your black tank's done emptying, you'll pull your black tank valve, and that's going to empty out all of the soapy water, so it's clean water, cleaning out your hose and all of your valves and everything like that. Once everything is empty, you can feel free to pull or push both of those valves closed, unhook your hose, put the cap back on, and put your hose in your bumper here. So you do have a storage for that as well. These little caps pop off of here, just like that. That way it's easy access and everything like that. Down underneath here, you see this clear hose here. That's how you're going to empty your freshwater tank, but I have to show you that from inside. You'll have access to that underneath your second bunk. This is a stabilizer jack. Like I said, you have that 3/4 socket extension handle up there. That's going to make it easier for you to do that. Otherwise, you can use an electric drill with a 3/4 socket. On the back here, you have your spare tire. It's the same size as all the other ones. There's nothing different with those. It might have a different color rim, but usually with these ones, they are all the same. For your hot water heater here, there's nothing really too special about yours. You have your pressure release valve here to check that the water's in there, and then you have your anoid rod. So you can kind of see that it's turning a little white, and then there's a white little piece in the center of that. That's going to be your center core piece. It's going to eat it down to that point, and then at that point you just grab a new one. I think they're about $8. That acts as the plug for your hot water heater. So put this up, and then it'll latch into place. And underneath you can see the red and blue hose. the red and blue hose are going to be your low point drain. So that's going to drain out all your plumbing and everything like that. That's going to be when you're winterizing or dewinterizing. That's going to let you get all of the antifreeze out of your lines. Coming up here, you have your furnace exhaust. This is going to get hot and it's going to attract bugs just because of the smell of LP. Up here, you got regular 110 outlets just to plug in anything you want outside. And then these white grates here are going to be for your refrigerator. So you'll have vents and everything there. You've got access to the electrical for in here. Just got a little thing there. And then you've got a condensation drip here as well. So that connects to the water port that's in there and everything. Water might drip out of that, nothing too excessive. For your doorway here, all you gotta do for your steps is push it in, just like that, and then lift up and pull out for your stairs. Then over here for your door, you've got the little puck system, so you can push that. And then on the door here, you've got your deadbolt, and then your little handle. So on the back of your door here, you've got your maintenance lock, which is something that we have access to in case you need service done or anything like that, and then your deadbolt here. So this one's just specific to your camper, and then in here, like I said, all of those, and then your door here can latch into place if you're not in use. So that is your outside of your camper. I'll show you how to run your awning and everything out once we get inside. So first thing when you walk in the door, you'll see to the left is going to be a TV bracket location and all of your TV hookups. So right here you've got your TV booster, which is the little red dot there. What that does is just boost any signal that you might get. There is a plywood backing in the wall here in case you want to mount a TV or anything like that. And then there's also regular 110 outlets there. For your TV antenna, it says the directions to move the handle in order to put it up, and then to put it down it's just the opposite way, just like that. For your bed over here, you've got a light above there. On the light is a little on and off switch, and then for your bed you do have access to the storage underneath, and then on that side is the access to outside. Little storage closet on the side there, and then this is your hitch. So once you guys actually come to pick up, you'll be shown how to use that. On the right of the door, there's a fire extinguisher. That is always an important thing to have. Here you have your awning button. So you can see it'll extend it out, and then it'll bring it back in. You just gotta hold the button down. Then you've got your light switches here. This first one is going to be for your outside light, and then the second one is going to be for your main bedroom light here. The other ones are all on separate switches, so you'll have to do those manually. Over into the kitchen part here, you've got your water heater turn on, so you just turn it on right there. This little light will turn off once it actually lights, so that's how you know that is there. And then for your GFI outlet here, you can test it and then reset it. Make sure that green light's on, otherwise none of your 110 outlets are going to work. This little light you turn off by the little switch in the middle, just like that. For your stove, you will need a lighter or something like that to light it, but you switch it to the light setting on the side there. It says it there. That's bringing all the LP up, and then you can light it with a lighter or a match. This is your furnace. This is the only place that the heat is going to come out of, so just make sure that that stays clear of everything. Standard house microwave, nothing too fancy. It's all cleaned out, ready to go for you. And then for your refrigerator, you've got these up here. So you've got your on and off button here. That little light's going to glow until it knows that it either has electricity or LP. Once it goes out, that means it's on. And then you can push this button in to be turned on to electric. So once that gets unplugged, or you guys get unplugged, or you're leaving the campground, that'll switch over to gas automatically if it's on auto. But just to have it on gas, it'll be this button is pushed out. To open it, you push this up, and then you can open your door just like that. Inside, you've got freezer port here, and then standard mini fridge, just like that. It does have easy guide directions on the bottom here in case it was a little hard to see or it was a little confusing, but then this latches into place here. Down on the bottom here, you have your breakers and your fuses. They are all labeled on the sides here. In case something goes out, you can know exactly which one to flip. There is a fan in there that might run sometimes. That's just kind of a normal thing to do. Your lights in your bunk beds, those are all manuals. And then same with the one above the dinette. This turns into a bed as well. All you gotta do is wiggle the tabletop off the top of there. These legs will come out and the table will set right on these little ledges here. You do have storage underneath those, so you'll lift up the cushion, then lift up the piece of wood. You'll have access to that. And then for your LP and carbon monoxide detector, that is going to be on the bottom here. So it's got a whole bunch of buttons. This is the only thing that's hardwired to your battery, so just kind of remember that if you're wondering why your battery's going dead. It's probably because of this thing. And then for your AC and everything, I'll show you how to run that next. So for your AC, this is all run off of here. It says that you have a heat option on here, but it doesn't actually do anything. So you'll be able to run the fan, which is these gray parts here, but if you switch it all the way over to the cool, that's going to put the cooling element into motion there. So you'll actually be cooling everything down. And then this is your temperature controls. Like I said, there's no heat up there, but if you want it less cold, you can turn it towards the red. This cool air dump here will dump all of the air out of the bottom here, through those little grates. And then on all of your four sides, you have these little vent doors here, so you can push the air in a certain direction. For your heat, that's going to be over here. I'll get it focused on that. And all of this is run off of this little thing here. So you'll have all the way off to the side, and then it'll get warmer as you push it to there. And then this is showing you your temperature and everything like that. For this little readout here, this is going to tell you your levels in your tank. So you'll be able to see that a little bit better. You've got your gray tank, your black tank, your freshwater tank, and your battery. Right now we're just doing the tests for everything, making sure everything holds water. So we'll have those emptied before you take it. But then you have your water pump. So that's going to turn on and actually pressurize your tank so you guys can use your water without having to be connected to a hose. Next thing is underneath this bunk is going to be where your freshwater tank and your pump is. So you can see that there's a little bit of water in there and everything like that. The only thing I really got to show you in here is at the bottom back there, this little piece. That is going to be where you can open your freshwater tank to empty it out. So that little port in the bottom there. That's going to drain out right into the ground, so you guys can empty that while you're driving. Sorry, it's kind of hard to hear with the furnace running right now. It's got to cool down before it turns off. But behind this panel here, there's 4 screws in the side. That's your access to the back of your water heater in case anything goes wrong with that. In your bathroom, you've got your toilet. So you push this down just a little bit, and if you're running the pump, you turn that on. Running the pump, that'll pump your water up into here. You're going to want to fill it about 1 to 2 inches. Just like at home, just have enough water in there. Go to the bathroom and then flush it is pushing this little pedal on the floor all the way down. Water is going to continue to run in there, making sure that that seal stays closed. Again, just like the refrigerator, has easy red access just on there. Down here is access to all your plumbing and everything like that, but then in your shower, standard camper shower head, and then it does have the water saver button on here.